Your life is an interesting journey, and it takes you through times and friends and time. You have friends, and then you don't see them for a while, and then they come back into your life. That is the case of our next guest. Mary Boone is a friend of mine and Danny's for, 30 years. I haven't seen Mary Boone or spoken actual words other than Facebook in probably 25. Hi, Mary.
Hi, how are you guys this morning?
Great. Isn't it weird like that? Isn't life weird that way?
It is really weird, and but it feels like thanks to things like Facebook and Instagram, excuse me, we're able to stay close without actually talking, which is weird.
It is. I kind of know what you and Mitch, your husband, are doing, and kind of know what your kids are doing, and I'm sure you must see us and see what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I know all about your daughter at Bradley. And,
isn't that crazy? Well, the reason we're talking to you is you have a new book, the name of which is, and you've been writing for your whole career, Bugs for Breakfast, How Eating Insects Could Help Save the Planet.
Yeah, so when Greg says we're going to do a segment on eating crickets, my reaction was crickets.
Yeah, he gave me crickets.
It was silence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he gave me that silence.
yeah. Well, I sent some. Did you taste them?
Oh, no. We saw them. They're sitting right to my right. I have them in little packages. And then, of course, the cricket bars that you were so kind to send. But the ones in the little package, Dan, I don't know if I even showed you because, look, there it is.
Oh, no.
That's nice. That's nice.
No.
I also bought this at the bait shop, the same package.
No, you didn't.
So what's the story?
These are, the ones that I sent are barbecue flavored, but you can actually buy roasted crickets, pretty much any flavor. I was just at a library conference where I shared cocoa cinnamon crickets, and they taste a lot like a Cocoa Puff.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh.
All right, so
Greg,
give me the. I'm gonna have one while you're talking to me.
You gave me a good idea.
What's that?
I'd try that as bait. The fish may go, oh my gosh,
this is the best thing ever. Yeah. So tell me why you wrote that. What's the background of this book? I didn't know you to be somebody in this field.
Well, I wasn't, and I went. I've always written nonfiction books for kids for a very long time, and I went on a trip to Vietnam about 8 years ago. Thought I would try something new. Eating bugs was about the newest thing I could try. I did it. I came home and I thought, well, that's good. I did it. But the longer I was back here, the more I started thinking, gee, there are people who do this every day, and why are they doing it? And where are they doing it? And what are they eating? And maybe we should be doing it. Started doing the research. 8 short years later, the book was born because it really is becoming a movement here in the United States. We're sort of the last of the world to catch on.
Is there a reason for it? I mean, is there something that's happening in America? Why now that's catching fire?
Well, I think because we're realizing as a world our population is growing, and if the population of the world is going to double by 2050, which experts predict, we don't really have enough room for twice as many cows and pigs and chickens. So we're going to have to figure out another way to feed all these people. And crickets don't take up much room.
I just had
and it's
them.
Not just crickets.
No. I know, but you did send us crickets. I just had it. I just tasted the barbecue, and it's delicious.
They're crunchy. I think they're a little bit like eating like a corn nut or something. Mm-hmm. And they're packed with protein. As much, if not, it depends on what the insect has eaten. As much, if not more, protein than the equal amount of meat.
Well, here's the thing that I don't understand is now I opened this package that came from somebody who I'm assuming raised these crickets, right? And so that's not like me going down out in my basement or outside and finding a cricket and eating it
and putting it on the grill.
Right? Oh. Yeah. So we're talking
Definitely not.
We're talking about production here. Who's doing that?
There are just not a lot, but a handful of mostly small farms. The one that those crickets came from is in Ames, Iowa. A farmer named Shelby Smith gave up a career in finance to raise insects. She's raising just crickets at this point, but she's doing it. She's working 90 hours a week because she believes that this is the future.
Now, are these free range?
You can import. I'm sorry.
Are these free range crickets?
No, they're raised. Crickets are raised. The first time I saw a cricket farm, I grew up on a farm, and I envisioned tractors and barns.
Yeah.
They're raised in Rubbermaid tubs with screen over a hole so there's air in it, and then they're on shelves in warehouses.
And then how long does it take from a little baby cricket to getting a cricket to me in a package?
Well, that's the other thing, is it takes, 18 months for a cow to reach maturity so
Sure.
you can take it to slaughter. It takes 8 weeks for a cricket.
Oh. Okay, here's...
So it's...
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Here's my complaint, though. How much does it cost? Because Caleb, our producer, Kelch, is a vegan vegetarian, kind of veganish, and I a person in my family's that way. I don't still know, with the price of meat the way it is, why it's so much more expensive to eat healthy and vegan than it is to eat meat. How is the price comparison?
The price comparison is it's a little more expensive right now, and that's basically a matter of scale. These farms that are producing stuff right now are really small, and everything is super labor intensive. And once they can start, I think once a Kraft or a Heinz comes in and buys one of these farms and starts producing, prices will drop significantly. Right now, a pound of cricket powder is somewhere around $40.
Wow. That sounds like a lot to me. I don't know how far that goes, but that sounds like a lot. This is fascinating. I know there's always the fun part. Oh, you're eating a cricket or whatever. But from a human standpoint, you're right. The population's not going to get less. We're going to be looking for food, and we won't have enough capability for the traditional things that we know about, and the rest of the world does it. It is interesting how you have to leap over a psychological hurdle in order for this to take off.
Right.
And the key word, and for the rest of the world and the poor part of the world, is sustainability.
Right, sustainability, yeah.
Right. Right. It takes about 1,800 gallons of water to produce a pound of beef. It only takes a gallon of water to produce a pound of crickets.
Wow. Wow,
So
look at that. It's
water
just
is a huge issue.
Well, water is a huge
And
issue.
you were talking a little bit about getting over the hurdle. I talked to a lot of food anthropologists, which I had no idea these people even existed, and they talked to me a lot about foods like lobster, which used to be a trash food.
Yes,
Did you know that?
yes, yeah, I did know that. Nobody ate
Yeah,
lobster.
and
That was what
people-
you gave the. That
nobody
was what you
would
gave
eat
the
it.
help. Yeah.
Right. And if you had to break down and eat it, you buried the shells so nobody knew your dirty secret. And so they believe that crickets, which if you look at a cricket, it doesn't look that different from a lobster, that the trend may shift and people may get past that.
Interesting.
You know what looks like a cricket in the fish business there?
What's that?
A crawfish.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a cricket.
Yeah, yeah, you got a crawfish. Yeah, you absolutely. That's an insect for sure. Mary, we could talk about this all day because it really is fascinating, but we're out of time. Bugs for breakfast: how eating insects could help save the planet. Mary Boone, Boone. Where does one find your book?
Anywhere books are sold, you can order it from Amazon and have it tomorrow. It's a middle grade book, which means it's for anybody third grade and up. But I've had a ton of adults tell me that they learned a lot. So,
Well, congratulations. Our best to your family. Please tell your husband, Mitch, who's a longtime friend of ours as well, that we said hello. And this is fascinating.
will.
Keep us in touch, or keep in touch with us on this subject, will you, as it grows?
I will,
All right.
for sure. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome.